Well, if I were going to be completely honest, Paul, I would tell you I have no idea, because I don't think anybody in the administration has a clear idea of what the actual policy or status of things is. Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, just got finished speaking at the Institute for International Finance. He talked a little bit about China and the idea that there is a long way to go there, but we can make progress. And he said afterwards, as you just mentioned, that there's no timeline for this. It could take 2 or 3 years to come up with a trade deal. Which is not the impression that the president left last night. However, the president has just spoken over at the White House to some reporters, and he said that China and the European Union have been ripping us off, and we're going to get a fair deal. So it does seem that there's not exactly the progress on China that the markets had thought. The question is, what progress is there with other countries? The vice president, J.D. Vance, is out just a few moments ago saying that there are a number of deals that are close. Scott Bessent said maybe with India. The markets probably would like to see one of these predictions come true.
Based on your reporting, can you shed more light on Secretary Bessent's thinking when it comes to the firing or potential firing of Powell? Trump obviously said he had no intentions, but still, this made headlines for days.
And it's still making some headlines. Scott Bessent, to reporters just a few minutes ago over at the IIF meeting, saying that he's not a lawyer. He doesn't exactly know what the president meant. It might have been that he's just referring to the end of Powell's term in May of 2026. And he said he would not want to comment on whether the president's statement last night is definitive, that there will be no effort to remove Powell before his term ends. So now that that's clear as mud, we're kind of back in close to the same space, except the president isn't threatening Powell as of this moment.
So, Mike, down in Washington, D.C., at the IMF, what are folks thinking about here? I mean, how are they kind of viewing this? Are they just like the rest of us? We're just kind of going day by day?
That is almost exactly the reaction you get from government officials, from finance officials, and from people who are just in the streets here. Everybody is shrugging their shoulders, saying they're exhausted and they don't know what to make of it all. It's very frustrating for people who are used to Washington moving at a very slow pace. In this case, Donald Trump is moving at a very fast pace. But is he going anywhere? That's the question, and it has got a lot of people confused. The IMF and World Bank meetings have brought together a lot of people from around the world, and the general consensus is we've got to figure something out here, because it doesn't look like the White House is going to be with us on just about anything. And yesterday, Kristalina Georgieva said, my advice to everybody who's come into town is make sure that you individually are okay, because the rest of the world can't count on the United States at this point.